Apple supplier TSMC will begin trial production of 2nm chips next week, aiming to secure a stable yield before mass production. Apple's A17 Pro and M3 series of chips are based on TSMC's 3nm architecture, which was introduced last year with the launch of the iPhone 15 Pro and the MacBook Pro. The chips come with enhanced computational and graphical performance, and the company also saw fit to launch the new OLED iPad Pro models with an M4 chip, which is also based on the same node but features slight improvements in performance and efficiency. The report suggests Apple's chip manufacturer TSMC will begin trial production of 2nm chips next week, which means that the supplier is on time to produce the technology for next year. As it was previously reported, Apple plans to incorporate 2nm chips in its products next year, and the iPhone 17 lineup could be the first devices to rock the advanced chipsets. If you are not familiar, the 2nm process will allow more transistors to be packed within a smaller space, which allows for faster data transactions and better power efficiency. Compared to the M4 chip, the M5 chip will deliver enhanced performance capabilities alongside lower power consumption, which would be a great deal for notebooks and iPads. We are expecting a 10 to 15% increase in performance and as much as a 30% decrease in power consumption compared to the current chips based on a 3nm node. Similar performance gains can be expected for the A18 Pro chip on the iPhone 17 Pro lineup. Note that the chips are in their initial testing phase at this point, and it could take time for TSMC to fully read them. The supplier's plans are on time for now, but if the chips or manufacturing process runs into issues, it could result in a delay. These could potentially cause supply constraints for Apple, leading the company to delay some of its products by a few weeks or months. TSMC also plans to begin mass production of the chips next year, and based on initial reports, the supplier is working to secure stable yields. Higher yields would mean better supplies for Apple and on-time delivery. Plus, the iPhone maker is not the only supplier TSMC has to manage, and it would prove to be beneficial for the supplier in the long run. Apple is TSMC's biggest client and responsible for a major portion of its revenue, which means that stakes are high for the supplier to secure a maximum of 2nm chip orders. As mentioned earlier, the iPhone 17 lineup will be the first device to get TSMC's 2nm chips. Soon after, the company will port the chips to the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro models. Do you think Apple would book all of TSMC's 2nm chip making capacity for 2025? Let us know in the comments.